Hi, ladies. I'm back with you again today. This is going to be even shorter than yesterday. This has been a full day for me, and we all have full days in different ways, right? Today was a full day for me in that I think my body is fighting something and it's really putting up a strong fight, and I thank God for that. You know, when your immune system is strong, and something is coming at you, you can really feel the resistance. Wow. And so today I just wanted to share with you, Sarah's daughters, how good God continues to be, how faithful He is. So I'm just going to be very short, but I wanted to bring to you, I've been talking about Sarah in the Old Testament and just where, how I was led along this path to look at her. But then as I studied more, and I told you earlier that I wrote a booklet, six sessions, six little chapters with some questions and thought provoking challenges. And also, at the end of every chapter, every session, I have something about pride. And the first one that I had written was think about it. That's how I put it. And the think about it for this one was pride causes impatience with others. Think about that. Does it or doesn't it? And I expounded a bit because I remember years ago I got a sheet of paper that had 30 things about pride, and this was one of them. And it says, pride causes impatience with others, calling it a personality conflict. There is no such thing as a personality conflict in the body of Christ. It's not a question of who is right and who is wrong. But how do I respond? How do you respond when you're impatient? How do you respond when you're challenged? I just want you to think about that. And so I'm just going to move into what I said I wanted to share, and that is in the New Testament. Really, 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 Sarah, we see her there. You may not see her name, but think about it. She was the mother of nations. She was the mother of the faithful. So in the New Testament, we see her there without her name being mentioned. Why? Because we've been saved by grace through faith. Remember when the angels stopped by? We talked about hospitality. When the angels stopped by Abraham's tent in the warm of the afternoon, he was there ready to serve him, and Sarah was in the tent. He could easily go in and say, Sarah, get this ready. And a lot of times we are entertaining angels unaware. And so we talked a bit about hospitality, but the one that I want to point out to you here is that just remember when he went in, and after the angels were having a conversation with Abraham at the time, and he was just saying, where is Sarah? And then the next question was not statement. This time next year, Sarah will have a child. And what did she do? She laughed. She couldn't believe it. Because at that time she would be 90 next year. And so, women of God, there are times we're in a certain situation. We don't see how. We don't see if it's going to happen. But it will happen if God says so. That was a promise that was given to Sarah. And I'm telling you, it was going to happen. Because Abraham had already been told by God that she would have a child. And so we see her in the New Testament because we have been saved by grace through faith. She had to have faith to believe even after she laughed. She believed that this was going to happen. And did she have a child? Yes, she did. She did. So salvation, think about it. Salvation by faith is a miracle. It is a miracle because in wow, Ephesians chapter 2, and I think it's verse 6. It's just before one of my favorite verses, 2 verse 10. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 6, we see where, for by grace you have been saved. No, verse 8. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God. It's not of works, lest any man should boast. And then it goes on to say, for we are his workmanship. We have been saved by faith. And this is how I put it together, that really faith was happening for us, even as Abraham and Sarah decided to obey and walk with God. I want to encourage you, daughters of Sarah, to walk with God. You've been saved by grace through faith, as the word says it right here. Yes, you have been saved through faith by the grace of God. Yes, I said it the other way around. Let us walk in that today. Sarah laughed. Are you laughing at what God has said to you? We are walking out the promises of God. And I want to encourage you, keep walking. Don't stop. Do not stop, because he is a promise-keeping God. He's the one that said it, and he's going to cause it to come to pass. But we need to remain in the covenant that we've entered in by being born again. Bless you. He's not a man that he should lie. So we, as women of God, because we are following him, we are carrying his light, we are not going to be liars in our lives. Bless you. Hope we can connect tomorrow again. Bye.